to Tibalt's Apprentice. The idea, the premise, the major idea here is to get around the toxic mechanic. That is, the small 1/1 creatures that sneak in early in the game and give you, I will start you on that horrible road to being poisoned out of the game. I don't think I actually get any toxic counters this game though, so it's just another latest version of white life gain. You've seen it a million times before. I'm sure you're tired of it by now, but this particular version seems to work well, and if you're dealing with toxic in your meta, you might find it helpful to have that bordered window in there. You're going to see, you'll see wins, you'll see losses, you'll see somebody just, well, I don't want to have spoilers, so we'll see where we can go with this. We have a good idea of what's happening though when they've got that priest out there and they're throwing things in the graveyard. The fact that I've got an early way of getting counters on creatures, yeah, that makes all the difference here. I definitely want that priest gone. I don't want things coming back. Now, they could probably bounce that back, but, well, you've already seen shielded. You know what that does. I will have to take damage, but at the rate that I'm gaining life, it's just fine. As a matter of fact, I think all they need to do is see me put a couple of counters on there, and see ya. It's a strategy that works. How do you argue with that? That's the problem with the meta in this game. But you know what? I don't want to go down that negative road that is Arena. So anyhow, next game looks like it's a promising hand. Being able to get this on the board, make sure that I have my 4 land drops, that makes all the difference. However, the fact that I am having to dump cards into the trash immediately, bummer. And wow, followed right up by another. Yeah, they think they've got the game at this point, and perhaps they do. However, if I can get this on there before that reaches fruition, that orb's going to be a problem. Yeah. So it is a race against time. I've got to deal 20 points of damage with a creature that only has 2 damage. But you know what? I can put a counter on it, I can build it up, and that's going to make all the difference. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 activations every time you got something tapped. So I should do this sparingly. They're down to 17 though. I need to take them out as quick as I possibly can. Let's put some counters on there that won't be removed. Pay the life. Gain some value for cards entering and exiting the field. And swing in. Big swing. Well, slightly smaller swing. Couldn't decide where to go. That was a pretty easy decision. So, gonna go ahead and commit to this fully. Going to hope that that orb doesn't run me out of cards. They seem to be having a hard time getting their land drops. Time is running out. Am I gonna run out of cards before it's too late? Am I gonna get damage? Let's go ahead and tick this up. And drop this on the field. Swing in. Flyers. Never underestimate evasion. You're just going to keep picking me off one at a time. Well, I will grow every possible counter that I can. Every creature that I can. Getting low on cards. Plenty of life. But with them dumping 10 cards or more at a time, and the damage I'm doing to myself, I may just run out of cards before it's time. Down to 13 points though, still have a flyer. It's worth it, I think, to tap out 4. Put this on the battlefield, and maybe they'll just give up. Maybe they won't. Maybe I'll take advantage and still get extra points for dumping cards and losing life. Or rather losing creatures. And that should be enough to pump it up to 13 points in the air. That's all I need to do. 13 points in the air. That was, well, that would have been close. That would have been game, and that's it. Alright, so I had forgotten at this point that I need Gaea's Blessing in there. It's no good when they dump your graveyard, but that Abundant Harvest is doing some work in this deck, and Gaea's Blessing is a must. Alright, we got our Collected Company already, except that's not a good thing. How can I get around that? Is there a way to get around that? Let's put this on the board so that when it comes back, yeah, you know what? It's still going to be shut down because of the Hushbringer. Oh, and the other Hushbringer. Alright, so that's going to shut down creatures. And it's going to shut down ETBs. So, going to have to be a way to get around this. I'm just not sure what it is at this time. Alright, so cards that shut down our ETBs, well, you're going to face them, you're going to have to deal with them. They are going to be what kills this deck. I still think I'm doing okay with this. Again, we actually have yet to see that boarded window. It is in here, and it is an addition that's there for you if you are dealing with toxic in your group. Yeah, this is not looking good for me. As a matter of fact, I probably should just bail on this, but I do want to, whenever I show these games, I want to show the good and the bad. I want you to see what it's like to actually play through these. I know I only do about 4 games at a time, but alright, that's not going to have any real effect. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think at this point it's a pretty good idea to bail. I will at least, hey, there's the window. This is what you're looking for to keep from getting hit with those toxic creatures. Of course, you're going to actually need that, you know, early in the game for it to make a difference. This game is not happening. So we're going to move on, and we're going to play one more. I know normally I do 3 games in a row and do the best that I can with that, but keeping in mind the previous game that we had before, we are now throwing in the blessings. No deck should be without that. I'm going to take a risk here and get rid of some of the enchantments. A couple of blessings, just enough to make sure that I am able to get this play going here. So, alright, I have a feeling this will be a quick game. Let's see what happens. There's the window. I've got it first turn. Didn't like the rest of that hand. Threw it away though because again, nothing beats a Soul Warden on number 1. Alright, so it's life gain against life gain. Soul Warden is definitely the better to have in your opening hand. Let's get this on the board. It's worth dropping the life. And yeah, I'm not even going to risk throwing that into it. Oh, it's going to be angels. Well, that's not good. Let's do this, though, so we can see what cards are coming up. Don't need that. Don't need that. We are, you know, I'm actually going to go ahead and commit to this because I can play a land, so even if I do get my Collected Company on the next turn, it will be worth it. That's not what I need yet. It's not going to work for me. I think, though, that, Resplendent Angel, that's going to give me life. Let me dig, and see if I can find that Collected Company. Once I have this, let's put this on the board. They know that I'm going to shoot up to the life total as high as I can and take their permanents out. Game over. Thanks for watching.